Just letting people filter in here. Got 2 in the channel already. All right, KK, take it away.
All right, welcome Hard Knocks, KK to the Destroyer, coming at you live from JNN Studio. We got Slick in the house and Jern as well.
Hey, hey.
Slick apparently stepped away to go take a piss, maybe grab a drink.
Well, we gotta have the drinks flowing on a GVF, you know.
That is true. I'm actually surprised that I was let in the building. Quite honestly, I gave him my name and I thought I'd be turned away right as soon as I walked up to JNN.
No, we would never turn away the top user in the league. I mean, we have to let you in right away. VIP
Whoa.
treatment. VIP
Whoa.
treatment.
Come on now, don't even start with that shit. Oh man, well, week 9. Excited. Lots of things have been going on since week 9. We've had some turmoil and some turnover, and we got to have our very own Gregory back. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm not sure if many people caught the game between him and Jabbar, the Rams versus Rams matchup. Kind of happened in the middle of the day.
Yeah, the winner of that game turned out to be the loser because they actually won the Rams. So, sorry, Greg. You're just too good at Madden. Maybe you should have been a top 6 HK user that day. But, yeah, no, he won the game outright. He won his spot. And then 5 teams better than the Rams opened up like a day later. So, that's very tough.
Oh, you blazing up right now, Slick? Is that what that is?
What does that sound, Slick?
You might have to like unplug your mic because that is rough.
Yeah, Slick, your mic is going absolutely crazy. Thank God. Okay.
Yeah, Lordy.
We're better. We're good.
Okay.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
For a second,
we
I thought
offered
John...
Greg a chance to switch, but he didn't take it, or he was too busy violating little girls.
Greg is far too busy rebuilding the most down-and-out franchise in CFM history. That Rams team is truly awful. But he wants to do it.
I mean, that's crazy to me. Like, it seems like he should... I feel like he should be winning more games. I don't see what the problem is, but...
Well, when
Well,
it turns out...
the Cowboys.
turns out when you don't start every season with a top 10 team, it's a lot harder to play Madden. So Greg is learning that lesson for the first time in HK history. It's nice to see.
Very true. Very true.
But anyway, yeah, we a lot of turnover recently, so people dropping out. That's fine. It happens. We're going to fill up the spots. I think we just filled up the Raiders today, and I think the Cardinals are the last team that we have open. So.
Yep. So yeah, if you have a friend, bring him on in, and we'll get him set up with the Cardinals.
Yeah, yeah. For example, the new Raiders owner, of somebody in the league, messaged me and said, "Hey, add my friend," and we did. So if you guys have somebody that you want to bring in to fill that card spot, let us know.
Oh yeah. All right, so like I said, week 9, lots of stuff's happened. So I think we're gonna go ahead and jump this thing off and start out with slow start or big disappointment. And right out the gate, you know, I was going through these teams and looking. I just found myself surprised at how many slow starts there were and how many big disappointments there were. So I actually thought it would be I thought it would be fewer big disappointments, but that seems to be the larger of the 2 categories. So first off, we'll just go ahead and jump into the slow starts. And I'm going to say that what it looks like to me is the Titans, and that is Chunk, is definitely starting out pretty slow for what I expected of him. I'm not sure what you guys thought about, you know, Chunk's game coming into Madden 24. I forget how he finished last year. Anybody got any insight on that last year?
He was fine last year. So I haven't seen KK's list before this moment, and I just disagree with this assessment. He's 5-3. I mean, that's top 10 record-wise in this league right now, and he has a very positive .4 versus point allowed differential. So I don't know why you think he's disappointing. He's 5-3.
I mean, he's 5-3.
What were you expecting him? Like, what was your expectation of Chunk?
5-3. That feels pretty normal.
I mean, does it? I just felt like he was going to be like way ahead of the pack in terms of wins. Like, I mean, yeah, he's only got 3 losses, but still, like, I just expected him to be 6-2. You know,
here's the thing about Chunk is he's starting Malik Willis at quarterback. And he's playing very well with him, and he had a very close loss against me. He could very easily be 6-2 if I had thrown another pick or something like that. This is just going to feed into his narrative that the admins hate him. So I am generally upset at both of you for supporting this take. I think you're doing fine, Chunky. I really do.
I don't know. I don't think he's doing bad. I'm like not disappointed. He's doing work with a back quarterback.
If I were to start a list of people who have been disappointing in HK, there's only one person that I could start it with.
It's an
and
AFC.
it would not have been Chunk. But I won't ruin your list, KK.
I think you misunderstand me. I was saying this is just a slow start for him. I'm not saying he's a disappointment at all. I just figured he would be better than 5-3. And I mean, for God's sakes, he lost to me. So like that's terrible. He should be way better.
Well, KK, everyone but one person has lost to you. So I don't. Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Right. I don't know who
he used his government name in the chat today.
Well, he snuck in on my YouTube clip and said "Great play by me," and it had his real name on it. And I was like, "Oh, really? You're gonna go comment on my YouTube clip? Okay, fine, Lawrence."
Yeah.
I see we're gonna be taking shots here.
Lolo's great. Me and Lolo are Instagram friends. He has the cutest wife and family. Oh, they're so adorable. I love every time I see one of his posts. It's very wholesome.
Nice.
But anyway, yeah, Chunk isn't I mean, I don't expect Chunk to be a top 5 user in the league. So I think 5-3 in the middle of the playoff race is right exactly where he's always been.
Well, my standards for Chunk has been much higher than this. I at least perceived him to be doing much better than this. I felt like it was a slow start for him. Granted, you said Malik Willis, not the easiest quarterback to play with, and when he played me, he was throwing dots. So like he's clearly doing well, but yeah. I thought it was a slow start personally.
Jabbar in the YouTube chat says that you're sounding like Jay Williams with that bad football take.
I don't listen to anything Jabbar has to say these days.
That's fair. That's fair.
And then my second slow start would be the Jags, and that would be Buns at 4-4. Just looking at his record, like he's barely 500. Seems to be, he's not where I thought he was going to be. I feel like he's got a slow start so far.
Man, you're just coming after the LSU boys tonight.
Are you going for the whole crew, or are you going for Johnny Sins next?
Yeah, Johnny Sins at 6-2 is next, apparently.
That's right. You damn right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I
just
go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna keep rambling on like I do. So go ahead.
So I was just gonna say I've already played Buns twice, and his offense is pretty good, but his defense is just god awful, and he'll be the first one to tell you that.
That's why he traded his kids for Nick Bosa.
Right. Yeah, no, thankfully I got to play both games against him before he got Bosa, so I'm sure that helps. I'm sure he'll get better as the season goes on and the cycle goes on. The Jags have a good young team. But his offense is really good, so just watch out for that.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, he's scoring a lot of points for sure. Mm-hmm. But like you said, it's basically come down to the fact that he's giving up just as many points at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's top 10 in points scored.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little slow. 227 points for and then 220 against. Just not where I imagined to see him. And then from there, jumping over to the NFC, and we got A-Bomb, who's usually a pretty consistent user. He's sitting at 3-5 right now. Like I said, I think this is just a slow start for him. He's usually got a winning record, usually makes playoffs. I think it's just a slow start for him at this point.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that one. When I was formulating the top 10 for tonight, I expected to see him higher because I know he's been competing in some games, and he's had a couple of good wins, but 3-5 is definitely weird for him. I think he's giving out some sims because of his schedule. It's not easy. It's not easy having 8 leagues and 17 children, but he somehow does it.
That is for sure. You're right. I'll have to go. I'm gonna go pull up his schedule right now. Looks like he's had at least 1, 2, 3 of 6.
Man.
So I'm not really sure exactly if he's won those or like. Yeah, he had a forced win away, so he got credit for that one. So he probably won that game outright, or maybe Judy wasn't able to play. But yeah, it's I would say it's a slow start for him.
I agree.
And then my other team, I'm sure I'm going to catch hell for this one too, is our very own Slick with the Commanders at 5-3.
Ooh.
Like, I expected Slick, no matter what team he's playing with, to be playing at a much higher level. Lost badly to Danny in week 3.
Yeah, bro.
And then he lost to the Eagles. It was a close game, though. That wasn't too bad. And then just recently lost to the Giants. So, what do you got to say for yourself, Slick?
Yeah.
Bro, freaking the Eagles was a close game. I don't. Freaking Jalen Hurts is stiff arming Jonathan Allen for the game winner. It's wild out here, bro. And then Danny, oh my God, the Bills, bro. They were everywhere. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
That is true. The NFC East is one of the tougher divisions to start out in, especially when you have a bad quarterback with paranoid sense pressure. So I understand why, but it doesn't mean we're excusing you, Slick.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm not. I'm just
come on,
just,
man.
The build.
You're in the cellar.
I've run more with this team than I've run in like 3 years.
I believe it.
It's boring, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how Devin wants to do this 30 times a game, but it's boring.
Because it's not as boring as throwing interceptions every other play.
But
what Slick? When is the last time you've been in a HK CFM and 9 weeks through, you were last in your division?
It's not often, bro. It's a build.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't get a top 10 pick. You get stuck down there with.
I mean, you're acting like I picked like top tier teams with my top 10 picks.
Yeah, he's just always the Dolphins.
Too,
he's just Dolphins every time.
Yeah.
Which until this year they weren't that good.
Yeah, no.
This would have been the year to get the Dolphins.
Well, last year was pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
they still
it's true.
had
They
all
still
that
had both of them,
speed,
yeah.
but you're right, for sure.
Yeah. How good is the NFC East though? Holy crap! 4 teams at
the
5-3
Eagle
or
guy
better.
Before he got Mikey pissed. He was he's beatable. Giants are doing what they do, run with Saquon Barkley, and Jukebox is annoying. Like it's
Yeah.
I hate it.
I've got Saquon in another league, and oh my god, the dude's different. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. So and then I haven't played Nova yet, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we know he's good, so I mean,
Yeah, that
he's always
much I
gonna be
know.
up there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be toughy. So that wraps up what I thought were slow starts. So obviously, some mixed reviews on my slow start list, but after going through all the teams and looking at it, it was kind of tough to really pick out the guys that were starting slow that I expected more of. However, the big disappointments is I think a pretty easy list, and it makes itself. So
I have my
right out
number
the
one
gate,
already.
right out the gate, I'm going after my boy. That's Sib with the Pats, 2-6. Like, that's unexcusable. 2-6. He's a good enough player. It shouldn't really matter what his squad looks like. And he just is. I mean, he's just putting up nothing. Like, he's 169 points for, 261 against. The man has no defense.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great.
It's not great over there.
That's tough. And the Pats they're supposed to be a better season 1 team than they are a season 4 team because they're kind of old and they're kind of all in like that upper 70s, low 80s range. So they should be competing more than they are, I think.
He picked them early, right? Like,
Yeah, well, he's a Pats fan, I think, isn't he?
No, I don't think he is.
Oh, well, that's tough.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
thought
He
they would
picked
go
them
bottom
early.
5.
Like, he picked them earlier than they should have been. Like, they
Okay.
should have been picked like 31 or 32 or something like that.
Maybe he got
Like, picked
confused
them-
and thought Brady was still there. Who knows? Who knows?
So yeah, the poor Sib. I expected more from you, and that's just nothing but a big disappointment. But right there, right next to it, which is not all his fault, is going to be the Rams, and that's our very own Gregory. But like without a doubt, the man needs to be on the list because he did just get. He just conceded defeat to Jules like 2 weeks ago.
Down bad, bro. Down bad.
I mean, yeah, I mean, That's inexcusable. He's 0-8. I think he took the team over when they were 0. They must have been 0-4.
0-4. 0-5,
Jern was his
yeah.
first
4 or
game,
5.
so whenever they played,
Yeah, I was struggling against all my games, and then I come out and beat Greg 41-9, and I just knew he was going to have a rough time. Yeah, that team is awful.
But once again, if you're a top 5 user in Hard Knocks, then you got to do better than 0-8.
That's what I keep hearing, this top 5 user stuff. But I hope it shows up soon.
we didn't claim that on him. It was all him.
He self-proclaimed that one for sure.
Yeah.
And then from there, I would say, let's see, his name is escaping me right now, which is terrible. Our Packers owner.
Darius.
Darius, yeah. Darius is 0-7.
Oh my god. Oh man.
There's
That is
a
bad.
supreme lack of abrasive chat from him, and it's because he's 0-7. Like the last couple years, he's been a winning team, and he would always let people know it. But this year, I ain't seen a peep out of Darius.
It's basically on to the next one.
Yeah, not much needs to be said. He's not playing well. It's almost like he's gone missing.
Yeah,
Almost like he
Yeah.
should be on a milk carton somewhere.
he does deserve a milk carton without a doubt. Like that guy.
I'd have to dig
and
for that one.
This is a huge disappointment to me. Like
Yeah.
I need to know what he has to say for himself because this is bad.
Well, apparently he's ducking again right now. Him and Greg are supposed to be playing right now, but he is nowhere to be seen.
Weird.
He's trying to get the first pick because they're both they're both winless.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's tanking. That must. Sure, we'll make an excuse for him and we'll say it's tanking. I don't know if it is, but we'll pray that it is.
He's got 111 points scored in 7 games.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty rough.
It's
Well, I
not as
think
bad
there's
as
only
Greg,
one other
but it's pretty
person.
bad.
Isn't there one other person with a worse score than that not named Greg?
I think
Dar,
it's Dar,
bro.
right? Yeah.
Is it Dar with
Dar,
69
68 points, brother.
68.
Yikes.
With the Chargers, bro.
Yikes.
Oh man.
I can't put Dar on the most disappointing list, though, because what would you expect?
No. Yeah, I mean, like our expectations is Dar shows up and he plays the game.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? And now I'm always the advocate for that. Like, leagues need guys that just want to be here to play and play the game and be a part of something. And Dar is that. Like, he's always here. He's always playing his game. So, thanks, Dar. Even
Absolutely.
with all
We
your
love
bad
Dar.
football takes.
We love Dar. Threw up a Dar gif in the chat. I will say, is there not another AFC West person on this list of biggest disappointments?
Well, there might be, but we're going to jump conferences here.
Oh, okay.
Or divisions, and I'm gonna go with my man JP with the Broncos.
Oh man.
2-6, Johnny Park, man. Like, once again, another guy. He's taken several, I think, at least 2 years off from
Yeah,
HK.
bro.
Didn't have a PS5.
Yeah, but I know he was playing on Xbox. Like,
Yeah.
you
I
can't
mean-
tell me that his skills have diminished that much. I know he's almost as old as me, and so. It is harder the longer you play and the older you get to be any good. And I think he's just now realizing all the shit that he's been talking on me forever. It's starting to come back around. So how you feel about yourself, Johnny? 2-6.
That's not good. Not good at all. Not good at all.
It's the Broncos.
Maybe it's next
It is.
gen. Was he playing on next gen version of Xbox
No.
though? Okay.
Oh yes, he was.
I'm sure he is,
on
but I'm sure he's
Xbox.
also, he was playing on an Xbox controller. It's a little different. Like,
right.
I'm just saying, man. 2 years on Xbox and then you just jump over to PS5.
Yeah. Tough.
Look at you guys making excuses. Then
I mean, it could
we're
be
gonna
like
go-
you and get a top 2 team and, brag about being undefeated until you play Lolo.
Hey, I am not bragging. I am not bragging at all. I've made it perfectly
also not
clear in
undefeated.
chat. I'm like,
Not anymore.
Hey, guys.
Until we played Lolo.
I
Lawrence.
just have a really good team. It's not me.
Yeah. KK has been very humble about his ass whoopings, but he's played very well. But anyway,
I'm doing all right. So my next big disappointment is it's Josh with the Jets.
oh,
At
I
2
was
and
thinking
5.
that whenever you were going over the Pats, I was like, look at Josh at 2-5.
I know. Like, like he's easily one of the other huge disappointments. Like I expected him to have a winning record, no problem whatsoever.
Right.
And looking at his points for and against, like defensively, he looks like he's doing the right thing. He's got 149 points scored against him, but he's just not putting up points. And isn't that roster supposed to be pretty decent?
It's very. I mean, he has Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, doesn't he? Or did he cut him?
No, he has him. It's
no,
just,
he
you
must
know,
have
he's-
him. Yeah.
I tell him all the time he's washed. He just
He doesn't care anymore. He's given a force win to Dar this week. Dar's going to get his first win.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know
giving
what
it
the
up.
communication was there. Apparently, Dar's only available at 2 a.m. Is what I read in the channel.
Yeah, he's playing Rodgers. He's just not playing him well. That's tough.
Yeah. Just a huge surprise. Like
Yeah.
I
No, I
expected a lot
agree.
more from Josh.
I think
But-
especially this version of Madden, I thought it would kind of play towards his strengths with all the drags and short stuff. Right, Greg?
The flats, bro. The running back flats.
It's the flats.
Greg is
That's
watching.
right. That's right.
So this brings us to our biggest disappointment of the year. Easily, without a doubt,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Jay Stopper and the Chiefs.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
You cannot start with that team and start out 0-4. Like, the man's rallied. I will give him that. Like, I think he's ripped off 5 consecutive wins. But starting 0-4 with that team, with Mahomes, I think the consensus is if you have a bad quarterback, it's a lot harder this year. But if you have a
Right.
good one, you should be winning games. And it
I
doesn't
agree.
matter how bad defense is.
That was a historic surprise when, like, you start 0-1. All right, it's the first game of the season. That's fine. We get it. 0-2. Wow, what's going on with Jay Stopper? 0-4 with the Chiefs. What is bro doing with Patrick Mahomes and company?
He's-
I couldn't believe it. But to your point though, he has won 4 of 5, including a win over Mikey this week. So he is
I was
rallying.
just going to head to the schedule, yeah. So
He is. I will say though, his rally wins have come against I think it was probably a force win against Judy, Dar, who he beat 13-3, and then JP, who's been a revolving door on defense, and then Mikey. So he hasn't had a stiff competition during this little win streak, but he is first in his division somehow at 4-5. So he's right in the thick of it for the playoffs somehow.
Mahomes has 16 TDs, 16 interceptions. He was like,
That's tough with Mahomes.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, he had a lot of yards and 16 and 16.
Damn, that's tough.
yeah, I mean, he did have he had a fairly rough schedule to start the year. He had the AJ, the Lions user, and then he played a tough game against Buns, lost there, and then
Right.
lost to Johnny Sins.
Right.
So, like, that's 3 tough games, but you expect him to win at least one of those games. So, yeah. That easily the biggest disappointment, and I think everybody knew that one was coming. But we'll see how he finishes out. Any hot takes on where he finishes the year?
I think he'll make the playoffs. His division isn't very tough at all. So I don't see anybody else rising up and stopping him from making the playoffs. But yeah, he'll rebound. I mean, he'll figure it out, and then he'll
Yeah,
choke in the
that's true.
playoffs like he always does.
All right, so that'll wrap up that little segment here. I think, what do you think, Jern? You want to go into a top 10? Or you want to save it for the...
We'll save it for
And-
last. We'll save that for last for sure. Let's
Okay.
talk about some rookies.
Yeah, let's do that. So we have quite a few rookies that actually are making a pretty big impact. Let me get the stats here real quick. And I'm going to jump over to the QBs. And obviously, Jern's over here just salivating, waiting for his chance to talk about how great he's doing.
Oh,
But
man.
his very own AR-15
That's
is the man. I mean, he's leading the league in yards right now. I mean, some games haven't been played, but you're doing exceptionally well with him. Positive TD to INT ratio. So, playing well with him.
Yeah, no, he's it's been a struggle. It's gotten easier as he kind of ranks up, but I've gotten his throw power up to 99, which is nice, so that's helping. And his accuracy is getting a bit better, so we're figuring it out.
What did he start with?
95.
Holy cow!
And so he got one upgrade, and then he has the +3 from my offensive coordinator. So he is balling.
Shady commish alert right there.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, all right.
Check the prog history. Yeah, but he's looking good. He's looking really good. I'm enjoying him. I haven't really got the run game going as much as I thought I would, but that's never really been my strong suit anyway, running with the quarterback. So.
You mean running with the quarterback specifically?
Yeah, like I just don't do those quarterback design runs well, and read options don't ever work for me. So.
Yeah, I mean, if people can, like, at least that I've noticed, if they use the conservative feature on the ball carrier,
no,
like
it shuts it
you're
down.
not getting, which is a little frustrating to me, honestly, because it basically takes it away, and you don't have to do anything.
But I get it,
nice.
because I mean, you can in real life you could tell your defensive end, hey, watch the quarterback on these designs.
Stay home,
yeah. So I get it. I understand.
Get it. Yeah, totally get it. From there, jump over to the running backs and another commissioner. What do you know? Like, this is kind of wild, but what is it? Devon Achane? Is that how you pronounce his name?
It's A-Chain.
A-Chain.
No, it's not Chain anymore. Remember, he let him know it's A-Chan.
Oh, A-Chan? Are you kidding me?
I'm not joking.
You can't even pronounce his name right. I'm going to say A-Chain. The A-Chain train is going strong. But anyway, yeah, go ahead, Kick.
That seems like the obvious nickname, the A-Chain, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, Slick, you're doing work with him. I mean,
That's not me, that's Michael.
That's Mikey.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mikey, my bad. I'm so used to you being a Dolphins fan. That's on me, yep. Damn, dog.
Mikey has him up to something crazy like 96 speed as a rookie already.
Yeah.
Oh, Devin is freaking out in the chat because you haven't set his running back.
Because we're not giving him his running back load.
That's right.
With his 30 rushing attempts.
Yeah, we'll get there. But no, A-Chain's been great. He's an elite talent. I tried to trade for him right away, and Mikey just laughed at me. I think we lost KK, but I'm assuming the next name on his list would have been Sean Tucker. So here you go, Devin. Start stroking it. He was a 62 overall rookie, normal. That is now a superstar, 72 overall. So he's wasted no time doing what he does, building up a young, fast rookie running back, 94 speed, 21. Whatever, Devin. No one cares. Running the ball is not a skill. All right, calm down. No one's impressed.
Yeah, but thanks for picking that up.
He is a good talent.
He was definitely my next guy on the list. And nobody expected Devin not to be running, so this was perfect for him to get a rookie. And this guy, you said he's pretty fast too.
94 speed. 94 speed.
He's got to have some kind of speed to run that stretch, bro.
That's right.
You know.
I just played Devin this week, and the very first play, you'll never guess, it was a stretch left. I was like, oh. Back in action. HK is officially back, baby.
You sure it wasn't an off tackle?
I'm not
right.
actually. I can't see the play art.
I'm sure he'll be in the chat. It was off tackle.
It was off tackle.
And then next one up, actually surprised me, was my very own Keaton Mitchell.
Oh, that kid's a beast.
Basically at the 8 spot. I kind of drew the cutoff like right around the 10 spot. Just because got to make the cutoff somewhere. But yeah, I really like running with him. He's pretty quick. He seems to be kind of elusive and breaks a lot of tackles in a weird way.
How is he still a normal, KK?
That's what I thought too. I was kind of surprised. I intentionally didn't give him my captain because I thought maybe I could get him a dev game, but I haven't seen one.
That is the way to go. 98 acceleration is elite for a guy who's shifty and small. Yeah. I had trouble stopping him. Or no, didn't he get hurt in our game like real early?
He might have.
I think he
remember.
got hurt. But he is little in terms of strength. Look at 55 strength, 48 trucking. As long as you get a hand on him, you're fine. But the problem is getting a hand on him. But I tried. KK, I was in your DMs trying to get this guy too. Once I traded away Jonathan Taylor.
I had 2 guys. Yeah, you and Johnny C at the time. But
You're still welcome to send him to me after the season if you'd like to.
Nah, I'm good. He's 21. I was happy about that. So
darn.
He's solid. From there, we'll jump over to rookie wide receivers. Looks like we got Jonathan Mingo. That's another one of
the Panthers guy.
Yeah.
I
gotta see
agree.
if I can find him here. There he is.
When you start doing rollouts, you got to throw it at somebody.
Facts.
Not really big on the TDs, but he's got the yardage. I mean, 600 yards, and like I said, I tried to keep it within the top 10. But yeah, he seems to be doing pretty well. Seems to be getting his targets. He's got 30 receptions so far.
Yeah, I think he. So this is. I think he has that the good running style for receivers this year. It's not going to show me on here.
Oh, okay. We're dropping some knowledge on the podcast too. Okay,
So yeah, long stride loose is really good this year. That's the one that I really enjoy because I have Jalen Hyatt in another league, and he has long stride loose. You can see it on Neon Sports, but I think he has that too, and it just makes them feel really athletic, and they can make a lot of like athletic catches. And this guy definitely does it. He was getting open on a lot of crossing routes against me this week. He really did impress me about how smooth he looked. So I agree with this one.
Pause.
He just looks so smooth. Has a long stride.
Look at those calves. So then after that, we got Colton Dowell with the Titans. That's Chunk's guy. Dude is apparently 6'3". He's just right behind Mingo. So he's got 5
wow.
TDs on the year, so he's definitely getting his. It's basically same yardage and everything. So another
He
rookie
jumps
that
at the
seems...
gym, bro. 95 jump is crazy.
Chunk gave his superstar to a 24-year-old rookie? That's bold. I don't like that. I would have cut him straight away. But hey, good on you. Glad you're making him produce.
But yeah, I mean, definitely producing because I mean the top guy right now is DJ Moore with 775. So these guys
Yeah.
are definitely stepping in, making
they're-
a huge
they're up
impact right out the gate. And then defensively,
No
I would
Josh
say
Downs,
that.
right? Okay.
Oh no, who do you got? You got for me?
Oh, Josh Downs, my receiver, 584 yards, 6 touchdowns. I think he's like 8th.
Yeah,
in the league
he
in touchdowns.
wasn't in the top 10. Sorry,
Oh,
bud.
that's tough. Depends on what top 10 you're looking at because he's number 3 overall in touchdowns. But okay. Anyway, next.
Defensively, we will jump over to the sack. The guys making sacks here, and that is this Brian Breesy with the Cowboys at a
yeah.
DT no less, 6.5
rookie.
sacks.
The rookie. Well,
Yeah.
he looks like DJ Khaled in game. I guess they didn't give him his face scan because he's definitely. I think he's a white guy, but
He's
yeah, no,
definitely white right there.
He's a star dev.
yeah, no, he's been really good. That was an early trade because isn't he the Saints rookie? In real life.
Yeah, the Saints in real life.
Yeah, so he traded for
Really?
him, which is good because the Dallas needed a defensive tackle. I know they drafted that guy from Michigan, but he's not as good.
No, he's more like a run stopper. More
Yeah,
than
and
anything
this
else.
guy's 21 too. You know I love that. So
You like him
Yeah.
young?
I do, just like Greg.
Just like Greg.
Learn from the best.
Yikes. All right, we're going to have to flag this podcast before somebody gets somebody showing up at their door. But yeah, a DT with 6.5 sacks. I mean, that's big.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I mean, I do feel like DTs kind of get some decent sheds this year and get in. So maybe that's what it is. But Nova's got a solid rookie on his hands for sure.
The next closest defensive tackle has 3.5 sacks. So that is quite the lead he has. You'd imagine he'd be lined up for superstar dev in the offseason.
Oh man, for sure. It's everybody else's edge.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see, we'll have to go to the INT leader for rookies, and that's Slick's Emmanuel Forbes with 9 interceptions.
9,
And
baby.
all I gotta say is, like, who you been playing?
I mean,
Like,
5
did
of those
4
came against Johnny Sims.
He got 5 in
5?
one game.
Well, I don't know if it was 5, but it was a lot. At least 4.
Damn.
Wow.
Let me look.
That's crazy. He's 98
yeah, this-
acceleration is crazy too. I mean,
This
that's-
guy's got, like, it shows him with 8 solo tackles, and every other person near him has double that. But he's got 9 INTs.
He has more
Yeah,
INTs than he has
5 against-
tackles.
He does.
That's
Or
funny.
not I guess
5.
Solo tackles. Solo.
solo
5
tackles.
in one
yeah.
game.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's an
That's
NFL record.
insane.
Night Train Lane.
Yeah.
Has he gotten a dev scenario?
No. Well,
Damn,
no,
really?
no, he hasn't.
That's tough.
Yikes. After that game, you'd think they'd have given him one right out the gate.
No, but somehow the guy I used my team captain on is an X factor now. After do your mini games,
right.
they are
hitting.
random, but when they hit, they hit.
Yeah, they're random as fuck, that's for sure. And then we got another one of Jaren's guys, Jalen Jones, cornerback with 5 interceptions. So 6'2", CB, that's nice. How fast is that man?
91, or his 90 speed, but he has a +1 currently, so
Gotcha.
91. Would love to make him a safety, but doesn't fit with the acceleration. It's just a little bit too fast. But yeah, he's been playing good. He's been playing good. Playing well. And he's 21.
So,
he's 21.
And he's 21, so he gets to stay on your roster
That's
for
right.
more than a year.
He makes the cut.
So he's solid with his 5, and then it takes us down to the Jags, which looks like it's Antonio Johnson. So that's Buns' guy. And I think this guy had to go out for a little farther out than top 10 just because there wasn't very many rookies on this list defensively for INTs. But, he's got 4. He's doing pretty well. Dude's 6'3" at safety, so that's excellent.
Yeah, that's really nice. And he's 21.
And he's 21. How fast is this man?
He's only 89 speed, but he's got a lot of hit power. I like this guy. I've never seen this guy before. He looks pretty solid.
But yeah, that's what I got on my list. Any notable mentions from you guys?
No, you named all mine.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say Anthony Richardson and Jalen Jones, but I think your additions were good.
Well, thanks. I'm glad I got the Jaren seal of approval.
Yeah, the important ones,
Yeah, for sure. So then, I guess that would take us to our top 10, our power
top
rankings.
10. That's correct. All right, I'm super ready to hurt some feelings. It was kind of tough because there's a lot of muck in the middle this year, and we've lost a couple of top users, so it's kind of hard to pick out who's going to be number in the top 5. So there's like a big mass of people that are in that could be number 10, could be number 4 range. But I'm going to start with honorable mentions. And first honorable mention goes to Mikey, who started off really hot, like 5-1 hot, and now he's 5-4 and just lost to Jay Stopper. I don't have any excuse for that. I was fully prepared. I was fully prepared to rank him pretty high in my top 10 until I saw that he lost to Jay Stopper, and it was an instant, no, you're in honorable mention territory. But, Mikey plays defense. Mikey's pretty sound on offense. He doesn't turn the ball over that much. He takes what's available to him, so he's always going to be in that top half of the league for sure. Second honorable mention, I got Danny. I originally had Danny in the top 10 at like number 9, but it was a big struggle for me to fit everyone in that I wanted to. But Danny actually has 1 score losses to Mikey, the Giants, King Hurricane, who has a very good record at 5-3, and A-Bomb, which isn't a good loss, but A-Bomb can play you tough, especially with Jonathan Taylor at running back. The reason I put Danny in here is he actually has the 2nd-rated scoring D in the entire league, which makes sense with what Slick said earlier about his defense just being all over the field.
Yeah.
But I think Danny's a good user. He whooped my ass a couple times when he was the Falcons last year before we called it quits in Madden 23. So I definitely respect Danny's game, and he's just on the cusp. You guys disagree?
Well, no, I do not disagree.
No.
Danny has been like one of those guys that just gets better and better every year. So I definitely agree. Both guys definitely honorable mention for sure.
Right. Number 10. This is going to cause some stir, I think. But this is a kind of a what have you proven to me this season? And he's not proven much.
What have you done for me lately?
Exactly. This user is 6-2, which is one of the better records in the league. But in his 6 wins, he has wins over Darius, Jay Stopper, Johnny Park, Judy, Rebel, RIP, and Dar. Those users are a combined 14-33.
Ooh, yikes.
He had blowout losses to A-Bomb and Slick. Any guesses who it is?
Man, I was actually typing in chat, so I did not track. Slick, what do you got?
Eagles.
Johnny Sins. Johnny
Yeah,
Sins with the
I
I
Bears.
forgot about Johnny Sins. I forgot about Johnny.
You blew him out, Slick. Apparently.
It was a bad. Justin Fields folded for him pretty bad, which is pretty sim. So
Yeah. No. He's doing very well. His quarterback rating with Fields is pretty good. I just want to see him win against someone who actually, has a pulse. So. You're in the top 10 barely. I had him in the honorable mentions above Danny originally, but he's back in for now. He plays Devin soon. He plays Jabbar soon. So he'll have some tests coming up. Oh, he also plays Niles at the end of the season as well.
Yeah,
Number
that's
9.
a tough one to take. No wonder he was nervous because he hasn't played anybody, but we all know he's good.
Right.
But yeah, I mean,
someone
he's
had to
gotta-
give one of the crew some kind of love.
That's right.
That's
right. Yeah, because we know KK wasn't doing it.
Gonna do it.
KK
hell
came out
no.
firing on them LSU boys. Number 9. This user is one that we know very well. He's had a simulation loss to the Bills. He had a close loss to the prior Eagles user, always X Slider. And he lost to the Giants. He is 5-3, and it's the Commanders. Slick.
Ooh, Slick.
Got you lower on the list, Slick, because I don't believe in how. I really don't.
I wasn't expecting to make it in the top 10. I will take it.
Well, I mean, you've had some good wins. You had some blowout wins. You beat Sins, obviously. You beat Niles, obviously, and those are 2 very good wins. And everybody knows you're talented, so I didn't want to completely leave you out, but you're not up there where you usually are. I usually have you up in that 5-6 range.
Yeah.
On that note, number 8, a newcomer to my rankings. I've never had this guy in my top 10, I don't think. His run game is currently carrying his team. His quarterback has not been great. He had a close loss to Dallas, and then he got blown out by both Lolo and Mikey. But he's 5-3, and he beat Slick. It is King Hurricane, the Giants.
Ooh, the Giants.
Yep.
Yeah.
Solid. I'm doing that because of the win over Slick, and because Saquon is just that dude. He is. I don't care if you're just a runner, because he has Deshaun Watson at quarterback. He's not been playing great. I don't think he has a positive touchdown-interception ratio. But it doesn't matter when Saquon runs for 200 yards every week. And he's pretty much doing that.
Jeez. Yeah, and I played him in another league. Dude's a tough out for sure. So he definitely deserves to be there.
Number 7, this is why I vehemently disagreed with KK at the beginning of the show. I have Chunk, the Titans. And here's why. Chunk is 5-3. He has the number 2 scoring offense in the league and the number 5 scoring defense in the league. And he was one of my tougher games that I played this year when we had to play. It came down to a last-second field goal for me to win, I believe. The knock on Chunk this year is his run D is weak, and I know that's not the first time Chunk's ever been told that his D is weak, but it is. But I think he's performing just fine as the Titans, and I have him number 7.
Okay. You have stats to back up your opinions. All right, I'll accept it.
All right. Number 6. I debated 4 through 6 for a while, or 3 through 6 for a while. I have the Cowboys and King T'Challa. He's 6-2.
Oh, yeah.
He's 6-2. He has good wins over the Giants and the Jets. He has narrow losses to the 49ers, who's a pretty decent user, and I think he just lost to the new Eagles guy who joined, who I don't know anything about. So the Eagles will not be making this top 10 because the Eagles are 6-2 in the league, but not because of this guy. But King T'Challa, I think he's figuring things out. I think he's getting it going. He has the number 9 scoring offense, and his defense is very, very good, except for the run game. I think he's like 29th or 30th in run defense. So if he tightens that up, I think he has a chance to get into that top 5, and of course he'll be in the playoffs. His team is very good, and he's been playing very well.
Yeah, and another guy with a good points for, points against, 230 and 164, so he's definitely got some decent defense.
For sure. He's probably going to be mad. He's probably going to think that I'm singling him out and he should be higher, but prove it. Number 5. Oh, the top 5 is so fun here because because there's people that aren't normally in the top 5 that are in my top 5 this week because of records and because of who they've beaten and because of how they performed on the field this year. Number 5, I have somebody I just played. It's Isteen. He is 6-2. He has a narrow loss to Niles, and he just got blown out by me. I had to hit the Jern Selly at the end of the game. But I came away from that game extremely impressed with his pass game. His run game got kind of boxed, which is not normal for him. But his passing was much improved. I don't know if it's because he doesn't have that awful quarterback, Lamar Jackson, anymore. But he looks pretty good in the pass game. Mingo was getting free. He was hitting running backs. He was hitting tight ends. He was playing very well. He has the number 4 scoring offense in the league right now, which I was completely surprised by. But watch out for Isteen. The Panthers. The Panthers are rolling.
Yeah, like I said, when we were doing the draft, I was surprised they went so late. Like I thought they had a lot of pieces that were going to be good. So, and he's got that running back apparently, but I'm surprised to hear that his pass game is on point.
Apparently it is. A lot of tight sets. Be prepared to guard the middle of the field. But yeah, no, he made good reads and he threw good balls except for that last one. He is very upset in the YouTube chat. He said I did not blow him out. 31-19 says otherwise. So know your role. There it is. Number 4. This guy is 6-2. And the only reason he's in here at number 4 is because he threw up a prayer and it was answered. I have Lolo Lawrence 6-2 with the Seahawks.
Come on,
fresh off his victory over Old Man KK, ending the undefeated season and allowing the 72 Dolphins to pop the champagne. KK, what happened?
Honestly, that last play was not the reason I lost the game. That was a lucky play. Like, he's thrown it up, and he's done it to me at least one other time in our history of playing games, and it's always a heartbreaker. Frustrates the crap out of me that shit even happens. But I made 2 really big mistakes early. I gambled at the beginning of the half when I think it was up 14-0 and sent the house at him, and he identified who I was using and threw a post over the middle, and I was banking on a corner route because that's what he does. He likes to run corner routes.
Yep.
And so I went one way, he went the other, and easy walk-in touchdown. And I'm like, shit, that sucks. So that play right there is one of the major reasons. And then later in the game, similar situation, he gets another streak touchdown, and might I add, against Marlon Humphrey on that side, who broke on the ball. Should have been a pick, but it magically warps through, and it's a touchdown. So those 2 plays are the reasons I lost the game. That last play is a heartbreaker, but that's not why I lost. So always a good game with Lawrence, and I look forward to playing him again because that was some major bullshit.
Yeah, you guys have a long-standing, I won't call it a rivalry because it's not really animus towards each other, but just play. You have a good gentlemanly respect for one another's
We
game.
do. We do.
Yeah. So congrats, Lolo. Keep it up. Do some wins. I didn't even look at the stats for this one. I have no idea how good his offense and defense have been. I don't know who he's played. I just know he just beat KK on a Hail Mary, so I had to put him up here.
So you had to add him. Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
Had to.
It looks like his points for 175. So he's not scoring a bunch of points, but he's definitely got the defense to keep winning games. So
yeah, Seahawks have some nice corners for sure.
Yeah.
So they're no surprise that they're tough. Number 3, this is a weird one. He's 7-1. This user is 7-1, and his only loss was to Slick. Slick knows who it is. Do you know who it is, Slick?
I play so many of them. I gotta pick. I gotta think about
It's
it.
one of your favorite people.
NFC. Oh, Devin guessed it right in the chat. It is Niles. 7-1
Niles,
Falcons.
bro.
Niles. How is Niles 7-1?
Right?
What is going
It's all
on?
that coaching he's been doing.
Clearly,
He's been
brought
learning
his
the game.
he
in
brought
real
his
life
scheme.
offense to Madden.
He brought that triple option veer shit into his Madden game and is blowing dudes out. Niles has the number 3 scoring offense in the league. Can you believe that? Niles
No.
has always sucked at offense.
Yeah, I mean, this is a complete surprise. Did you happen to look at who he's played?
Yes, I have. He beat Devin. He beat AJ. He beat the Jags. He beat Chunk.
Slick?
Yeah, no, he lost to Slick.
Oh,
He got
he
blown
lost
out
to
by
Slick,
Slick.
that's right.
But he's beaten some good people by a lot of points. So
And it's not pass. It's literally his running stats are wild. Like, it's insane. Desmond Ridder has 52 attempts. Bijan Robinson.
oh,
has
is he just
82.
running? Is he just running the entire game?
82 attempts by Bijan Robinson.
Oh,
Cordero
no.
Patterson has 69 attempts.
Jeez.
Tyler Algier, I don't know who he is, but he has 18 of them.
Oh,
And the
that's
touchdowns are
running back.
spread out. Like, he is running the rock. Like,
So what you're saying is we need to go look at his passing to run ratio. Is what you're saying? Are you
He might
filing
be
a
just-
complaint right now?
he might just get it at 10, but he is.
I don't know. His 1,300 passing yards and 1,200 rushing yards. Doesn't look that uneven. But I was just surprised to see that he has the number 3. He's number 3 in points per game. I don't know if he's getting like defensive touchdowns because Niles has always been a very solid user on defense, in my opinion. I've always had trouble with Niles' defense, but to see him as a number 3 offense, that just rounds it out for me. He's number 3 until proven otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really argue with that. That's for sure.
Number 2, I have myself. I am 8-1. My only loss was to
Wow.
KK.
Wow. I guess that makes sense, but I can't believe you're going to throw me there. But, okay.
I have the number 6 scoring offense and the number 6 scoring defense as the Colts, who are really bad because I have blown them up completely and have completely reset the team. So I don't think I'll win this year, but the future looks bright in Indy, is what I'll say. Hopefully I can just
Yeah.
beat KK because when we played KK, my receivers
Uh-huh.
were just pressed into the dirt all game, and my quarterback
Yeah.
couldn't hit a single throw.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that'll change over time. Plus your familiarity with the game, you'll make me hurt next time, I'm sure.
Well, I don't know about that because KK, I don't know if you knew, but you have not made an appearance in this top 10 yet. And we are down to the very last spot, so it's now or never. And to everyone's surprise, 8-1, the Ravens only lost to Lolo on a crazy Hail Mary BS play just this week. KK, you are the number 1 player in this week's top 10. How do you feel?
I feel okay about it. I'm not real thrilled, so now I know I seriously have a target on my back. I don't think it's deserved. I think you definitely should be the number 1, but I get it because I did sneak that win away. Team is really good. I mean, not gonna lie, I feel pretty confident with what I got back there. I was able to get fearless on Lamar, I think, after week 3,
That helps.
and not having those, inaccurate under pressure, like that makes a huge difference.
Yep.
I will say though, man, in that game against Lolo, I had an angle route with Lolo standing off like 5 yards.
Yep.
And Lamar throws a duck at like not even Lolo's user. And I'm sitting there in the pocket. I'm certainly can't be under pressure because I have fearless.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure I wasn't moving. And I just got a random inaccurate throw. And I'm like, what the hell,
happens.
man?
It happens this year, and it's annoying. I hate it too. Hearing you say that, I was just thinking of that GIF with James Franco with the noose around his neck, where he's saying "first time." Like I was like, I see 2 of those a game, man. I hate it, but I enjoy it because it makes it a realistic experience. Because you shouldn't be coming out here and hitting every throw all game long. Even Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes miss throws.
For sure.
But
For sure.
KK, did you know that you have the number 1 scoring offense and the number 1 scoring defense in the league right now?
I did not know that.
Well, now you do.
Now I do.
Now you
That's
do. No
amazing.
pressure. No pressure. I'm sure
No,
you'll keep
no
it up.
pressure. I will say one thing, though, is I did have 2 force wins because we lost 2 users. Back-to-back weeks I had that.
Oh.
So that's impacting my record quite a bit.
3,
And,
or
you know,
the Nick in week 2.
did I have a forced game against Nick?
Yeah. It says force win away.
Yep.
That's because I've
You
only
guys never
played him
played.
once. No, I swear I beat him. Have I played him
Unless-
twice or once?
Once, week 2.
Once, and you had a sim against
Yeah.
the Cardinals last week, and then the Lions the week before that.
Yeah, so
And then when you ran away from Jabbar.
I'm almost certain him and I did. I'm almost certain Nick and I played that part of that game, and I was winning, and I got the force.
Yeah.
Like Jabbar says, I appreciate KK acknowledging that he dodged me.
That was not a dodge.
KK, I'm looking at your schedule for the rest of the season, and I'm not seeing a lot on it.
Yeah.
From a can't wins perspective. So I mean, you could very easily be 15-1 with that number 1 seed going to the playoffs. You think you'll crack under the pressure?
Yes,
You got weak knees. You're pretty old, man.
He's losing
Yeah,
in
I
week
mean-
14.
for sure. I know I don't play exceptionally well all the time. I'm very streaky, so I expect I'm not going to be 15-1. So yeah, I don't know. We'll
KK
see.
is
And I
losing
think,
week 14, bro.
is that when we play? Is that what it is?
No, that's when you play Greg.
Oh shit! Come on, son.
Greg's gonna not show up for that game. I guarantee it. He's gonna be busy.
But yeah, I think I have a fairly soft division, so that's going to help me out. You know, and I think that's helped me out to the beginning of the year. But you know, I'm playing all right, and I got a good team, so
There you go.
I'm happy. I'll take my top 10 because I think this is the first top 10 I've been a part of in, I don't know, probably 7 years.
Yep.
Feels good. Feels good.
It's been a while. When I first joined the league, you were the Chargers with some generated quarterback, and you were pretty decent. And I think that's
I
the
was
last
really
time.
good with the
That's the
Chargers,
last
but-
time I remember you being in the top 10.
Yeah, that would have been it.
Well, now you're the king, number 1. So enjoy it while
Hell yeah.
Cade takes a retirement.
That's right. That's right. I will enjoy it.
All right. Well, fellas, that's all I got. You guys have any closing words?
Not at all. I think it's a good start to the season. I want to see us finish this season strong, get to the draft, and see what comes out. I'm anxious to see how the rest of the season shakes out.
Absolutely. I will say, stop giving out force wins. It's really annoying. We're giving out like 4 a week for various reasons. Some of them are teams are vacant, but like there's a couple guys that are just routinely probably have 3 or 4 force losses already. I will replace you at the end of the season if you're not playing your games. Please play your freaking games. It makes a world of difference to the level of activity in the chat, engagement in the league. Play your games. Schedule them early. When we advance at 9 o'clock, which we're about to do after this podcast ends, you can post in your scheduling chat and say, hey, when do you want to play? Or hey, here's when I'm available. You don't have to wait until the next day.
Remember, advances at 9 p.m. Don't schedule your games at 10 p.m., please.
Lolo.
Yeah, exactly.
Lawrence. Every week, this guy. That's all we got, though. We'll stop yelling at you. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy the Good Vibes Friday. Appreciate you tuning in.
All right,
Later,
guys.
boys.
Take it easy.